Raining in light, inspiration. Inspiration. The word sounds as pretty as it looks, and somehow when it is spoken, it feels the same. Inspiration. So many books written about it, so many songs about it. We look for movies and shows to see it. We want to be inspired. We want to be more than motivated. We want to be moved to lasting greatness. We want to be mentally stimulated with an action or with a feeling that's centered around creativity. This is sometimes a longing. We want to feel the power of life. What's so beautiful about inspiration is that it is not an external process, it is an internal process. Inspiration is an inhalation. To inspire is to breathe. Yes, it is time to breathe. Deep breaths in, slow breaths out. Let's relax our bodies and our minds. Let's be moved by our spirit. Let's inspire to become inspired. When you are ready, stretch. Stretch as you breathe. Deep breaths in, slow breaths out, and then gently close your eyes. Deep breaths in, slow breaths out. Just like most things, inspiration is relevant to each individual and relative to each person's life and needs. Deep breaths in, slow breaths out. Inspiration, in the simplest form, gets us out of bed, and as it grows throughout the day, our productivity may be increased. And as we reach certain goals throughout the day, throughout life, our sense of happiness increases. Deep breaths in, slow breaths out. What are you inspired by? Who are you inspired by? Deep breaths in, slow breaths out. As we continue to breathe, allow the answers to these two questions to become a distraction to and for all of the other thoughts that may pop into our heads. Deep breaths in, slow breaths out. As we think about inspiration, look at how it has changed over the course of our lives. Deep breaths in, slow breaths out. For some of us, our inspiration may have gone unchanged, yet we still feel inspiration just as strong. Deep breaths in, slow breaths out. Feeling inspired helps us to feel alive. Inspiration gives confidence. Inspiration solves. Inspiration creates. Deep breaths in, slow breaths out. Inspiration can come from our minds. It can come from a gut feeling or our intuition. Inspiration can come from our subconscious, and the link to our subconscious is our breath. Inspiration can also come from the heart. Deep breaths in, slow breaths out. All starts of inspiration are just fine. Inspiration somehow finds us, it somehow drives us. Inspiration is never a burden. Inspiration is a passion. Deep breaths in, slow breaths out. Deep breaths in, slow breaths out. We'll begin to awaken our bodies. We'll focus on our inspirations. If we have more than one, this is okay. But for the sake of the peace we need from this moment, we'll focus on just one. Deep breaths in, slow breaths out. Breathe in appreciation. Breathe in beauty. Breathe in miracles. Deep breaths in, slow breaths out. When you're ready, you can open your eyes and be prepared to be awed by you. As we move along, let's look to our capabilities. What can you do? What would you like to do? We are activating our inspiration into motion. Life is about forward progress. Within this are our goals. Within forward progress is our awakening. We awaken as time passes to become who we'd like to be. Now that we understand where we come from, and by using the bricks of yesterday to lay our foundation for tomorrow, we are progressing. Inspiration leads, inspiration starts, and it usually does not end. It becomes attached to our spirit. We understand that our spirit goes on and on through inspiration, and on most days, we are aware of who we are. To allow ourselves to move through and to act on our inspiration, we move from fear. Inspiration is light. It can be a guide out of dark. Inspiration is sometimes where we find meaning, where we find purpose. Inspiration is how we transcend. Inspiration comes from deep within us, and sometimes it is triggered by something outside of us. When we are in perfect alignment with our mind, body, and spirit. When we are in this perfect alignment, we are captivated by elements of the universe. We are captivated by earth, by water, by fire, by air, and by space. We become one with these elements. Once we recognize our inspiration, we will begin to bring it to its fruition. Through our inspiration, we will inspire others. We will begin to think different, to act different, to speak different, and to live different. This difference is an excitement for life that must be shared. Inspiration is the change we wish to see. It starts with us. Inspiration does not boast. It is not loud. It is not prideful. It is pure. It is quiet. And it is innocent. Become inspired. Take a walk through nature. Turn off distractions. Take a break. Change your routine. Sit in solitude. Reminders to be kind, courageous, and honest. And first and foremost, of all these things, to yourself. Breathe. Become immersed in inspiration. Breathe. become immersed in raining and light.